Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't know if you're aware, but a few days ago the Russians arrested 7 special forces, Ukrainian special forces operating agents, I think they call them, operating in Crimea. 7 of them. The Ukrainians denied that, and no, you couldn't, as the HIMARS multiple rocket systems, no, they didn't destroy any. The same, it's impossible. Why, don't you have any over there? I guess not. So in this case, the article that I have, the Russians again arrested and prevented some saboteurs of blowing up an airfield deep inside Russia, east of Moscow. So how did they do it? Well, first they intercepted the communication and all that, but the thing is, how did these guys get this far? And let me show you this little article here, coming from the Ukrainians themselves. Ukrainska Pravda: sabotage prevented at airfield in Russia. FSB reports that, the Russian special units. So here it is. This is Ivanovo Oblast. Supposedly this is where the whole thing, the airfield is. And here is where allegedly, I looked over the article a little bit, initiated. So it must have, and they flew a plane. But they didn't fly this route. This is just how the Ukrainians put it on the map, which is 1,025 kilometers inside Russia. The border is right here. So all this is over Russian territory. Well, I don't know how they flew, obviously not over Moscow, but I'm just saying it is 1,025 kilometers in a straight line. Well, that's a successful operation so far. Too bad, according to the Russians, they did not fulfill their orders. So, Ukrainska Pravda, Sunday, May 7, 2023. Russia's FSB has claimed that Ukrainian intelligence has been preparing sabotage at an airfield in Russia's Ivanovo Oblast using drones. Kremlin, the source is the Kremlin-aligned news agency RIA Novosti, citing the FSB. Details: the Russian authority said that an A-50 AWACS aircraft was allegedly to be the target of the attack. So let's see that airplane. Alright, so this is the same one as they claim they attacked in Belarus a few months ago. If you remember, they supposedly hit something here and hit something here on their radar, whatever that is, communication thing. So this is there was the target. Okay, well, it seems like you didn't do much about it, according to the Russians. Don't forget that one. So let's see what else. So it was allegedly to be the target over the attack. Russian propaganda claimed that, and I'm quoting, a sabotage and reconnaissance group SRG, coordinated and led by Ukrainian special services, was exposed in Russia. The improvised explosive devices were allegedly planned to be delivered by a light aircraft from Ukraine's Chernihiv Oblast. So a light aircraft flown from Chernihiv, which they actually show it here. Not I, but I showed it to you. For Chernihiv Oblast is this right here as the border with Bryansk. I think this is Bryansk Oblast in Russia, if I remember correctly. And then is Kursk, and then whatever. So here is Bryansk, and this is the Chernihiv, Chernikov by the Russians. So they must be flying here with explosive and use the drones and blow this A-50 aircraft. But they say no, we found them. So the improvised explosive devices were allegedly planned to be delivered by a light aircraft from Ukraine's Chernihiv Oblast. The FSB claims that the pilot and members of the SRE, and I'm quoting, recruited by the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, and I'm quoting, end quote, were detained due to organized flight control after landing in Russia's Tula Oblast at the time of the transfer of devices. So were detained due to organized flight control after landing in Russia's Tula Oblast at the time of that. So let's see this one here though. So here is Tula Oblast, where they say they landed this little thing. So here's Moscow. So here is the border. So they must have flown from here for Chernihiv, and they flown over here, which is Bryansk, if I, Bryansk right here. And then they went right here, landed somewhere in Tula, which is right south of Moscow, right here. And they were supposed to go past this into whatever that, where is it, Oblast they talked about, which is Ivanovo Oblast, which is the next a little bit in between. So let's find that one here. So where is Moscow? Here, bam, so right here. So we're supposed to be right here. So they flown from here, landed or forced to land here, and they were supposed to send probably the planes, the drones from here to this airfield, Ivanovo. Well, or not Moscow. All right, let's keep reading further. So yeah, they again were detained due to organized flight control after landing in Russia's Tula Oblast at the time of the transfer of devices. So they caught him over there in the act. No condom used. Background. In February, the explosions were reportedly heard at the Machulinsky Air Base in Minsk Oblast in Belarus in the morning. A Russian, as I said, A-50 AWACS aircraft had evidently been damaged then. I covered that and I couldn't identify that. But anyway, if you guys make you have a little masturbation on this one, just keep it that way then. Alexander Azarov, head of the Bipol Initiative, reported that Belarusian partisans were behind the sabotage. He said that the participants of the sabotage at Machulinsky Air Base left Belarus and are now safe. 6 feet under. Just safe forever. Later, the media posted satellite photos of the aircraft before and after the incident. Well, I made that video and I really I was not convinced. I was convinced between 5 and 7%. Okay, that's how I was. But hey, that's me. You know, thick skull. Like, how's that, Thomas? Let me see. Is that a wound? Can I touch it? Jesus? Yeah? Oh, yeah, that's a wound. You know, I guess I'm like Thomas, the whatever it's called in English. I don't know. In Romania, is necredinciosul, the unfaithful or something. Not unfaithful, the one that doesn't believe. You know, like me, like the skeptic. I guess Thomas, the skeptical. Well, sorry. When you're living a little bit longer and you get some experience, you realize that, hey, promises zero, you know, I'll do this for you, okay, do it first, and then things like I love you don't work with me, you know, unless, you know, love is something that you do, not you talk. The same with promises and proof, evidence. That's what I think builds a little bit more trust than words. Remember that song, Words? Anyway, my friends, this is it. The Russians prevented the attack, the sabotage on the airfield. Good for both teams, because the guys to be able to get there and the guys to grab them, both are successful. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.